You never know what's going to happen in the world of Game of Thrones. Unless you're Professor H.
Let the battle begin. Welcome, spectators. I hope you're having a lovely evening today.
I'm Mr. Drew.
And I'm Professor H. Today we're going to go over my 5 predictions. And let me tell you, it involves 5 different characters.
And probably a lot of Jon Snow fan fiction.
And I don't really think they're predictions. Concrete facts. For prediction number 1, Jon and Daenerys.
Sitting in a tree.
Jon meets Daenerys. Jon and Daenerys fall in love. Jon and Daenerys have a baby. Jon and Daenerys split ways. Jon and Daenerys reunite for the War of the Dawn. And Jon dies.
First of all, if I have one word about that, gross. Second, I have a point is gross, because that is his aunt. Why would you want incest to happen?
We've been prepping for this from the beginning. Not that it's real life, just the fact that, hey, Jon's the main character, Daenerys is the main character. It doesn't matter. Targaryens, since the history of Westeros, have procreated.
Jon Snow is like the main character, and the main character never gets the girl. Thinks Luke Skywalker, he didn't get the girl either. Although he did have incest like you want Jon to.
Jon's the main character, Jon gets the girl, Jon ends the story. Let's go to the next one. Cersei's gonna get what's coming to her. Why? For many reasons. In season 1, Cersei is up. And like I said before, she's like a pendulum. She's up because guess what? Throughout the whole season, she is seeing Robert Baratheon lose power. She is seeing Joffrey become king. She is seeing Ned be in prison. And so at the end of that, she ends up going down because her lover, Jaime, the brother, gets captured. So she ends on a down note. We go to season number 2, where she starts up high again, trying to rule over Joffrey, but knowing that Tyrion is in the way, outwitting her at every end, she continues to progress down. Then she comes back up when her dad saves her at the Blackwater. Season 3, she fights it off with Marjorie on who can control Joffrey. She loses control of Joffrey. She regains control of Joffrey when the Red Wedding occurred. Sad moment. Season number 4, she then has Joffrey dead. She then witnesses her son Joffrey die, and then she continues to try to gain control of Tommen and loses it all to Marjorie. Now we're coming up on season number 5, where she is trying to put the High Sparrow in place. It backlashes on her and she loses everything. Season number 6, she is put down throughout the whole time, kills everybody, and then guess what? Becomes Queen of King's Landing. So guess what's coming on next season, everyone?
She's gonna survive.
Prediction number 3, Benjen reuniting with Jon. It's been a while since they've been together, but when we last saw, Benjen was going on a ranging adventure, trying to see about disturbance up in the north. Jon had just joined the Night Watch, says goodbye to his uncle. As much as he wanted to go with his uncle, he couldn't, and then never saw him again. We did, however, see him
when he was helping Bran get towards the wall. But I think that was just a plot point to get Bran towards the wall, because he was filling in for a different character in the book. I don't think we're going to see Benjen again.
You think that's the end of a good old Uncle Benjen? I think that's just the beginning. I think Benjen has a bigger role to play, and I think in season number 7, we're going to see that happen once Jon goes on his venture north of the wall.
What I would like to see is maybe the Night's King takes over Benjen, and then Jon has to fight his uncle.
Prediction number 4, we get introduced to Howland Reed. I always think that Howland Reed's going to be the key to all this. Why? Because Howland Reed was the only person who was there with Ned Stark at the Tower of Joy. Howland Reed is the only lord, you could say, that knows about Jon's true parentage, which is Lyanna and Rhaegar. And Howland Reed would be the one to say, this is not Jon Snow, but Jaehaerys Targaryen, his true name. The last prediction, Euron will give Cersei his big gawk.
Cork?
Gawk.
Cork?
You know what I mean. Hey, Euron's been mouthing off how he's gonna give the Queen of Dragons what he has. But guess what? Yara and Theon beat him to the punch. So now he's gotta go to war. So what is he gonna do? Approach the next Queen Bee, which is Cersei. And knowing Cersei, who's up against the wall, will have to submit to good old Euron.
Have you met Cersei? If Euron whips out his cork, she's gonna tear that off and feed it to whatever kraken he has.
In the end, I think this is what we're gonna see in Season 7. I'm pumped up. I'm stoked. Winter is here. I hope you're ready.
Do you agree with Professor H's predictions? Let us know down in the comments.
And if you're new to the channel, subscribe and hit the like button
And we'll see you next time
on Battle of the Bros.